You are the reason this club competes at a championship level. Absolute world-class performances this month. I tip my hat to each and every one of you. Way to go. That's a wrap on my portion. Again, to our newest recruits, welcome to the squad. We're glad you're here. And also to our $25,000, $50,000, and $100,000+ producers, you are the reason this team is competing at the top of the table. So whether you scored this month or you're still working your way onto the scoreboard, every champion team is built one match at a time. So let's keep the momentum going into next month. Now, I think I have to go and challenge our next opposition. Hey, recruiting team, let's go.
Welcome to this month's Connect. I almost got you again.
We call next.
It's Blake's trademark. Now.
My conjunction word.
All right, I think we're going. I think we're locked in. Pretty sure everyone can hear me. Okay, we are rocking. Hey, good morning, everybody. Yeah, let's go. All right. Super happy to be here in Downey today. You guys like the renovation so far? Good stuff, right? All right, very good. And if you're on the call, hopefully more coming your guys' way as well. So that'd be good. Hey, real quick, little topic I want to bring up. We have a lot of boards. We have like 47 boards, I believe, that we're a part of throughout the whole company. And we have a lot of great leaders and agents that are actually a part of these boards, whether they're presidents. We have like Norm Chris out in Hemet. He's one of the presidents of the boards. This Friday, there's a special election for actually to be on the board of directors. And we have Vince Peterball out of our Hemet location that's actually going for it. So if you're in Hemet or around that area, make sure you vote for Vince. But we have a lot of other agents and leaders that are constantly involved in the board. So if you guys are involved in the boards and we don't know about it, please let us know so we can make sure we talk about it during these meetings so you guys can get all the votes from the Century 21 Masters family, right? All right, good stuff. All right, let's get going. Hey, we are halftime, guys. July starts the second half of the year. Everybody ready for that? Yeah? You're not ready? There you go. Hey, in the chat, I would love to hear what was your first half like? Say, you know, you were on it, you killed it, or you have some work to do. Anybody in here have some work to do in the second half? All right. I love to see it because it means there's business to be done, right? All right, good. Hey, today we're going to talk a little bit about, anybody remember Super Bowl 51? I'm not going to talk about soccer today because the U.S. is out and Mexico is out. I'm pretty sure it's because of Grant wearing that way too tight of t-shirt. Did you guys see that? Yeah. You're not a medium anymore, bro. You gotta move it up. I mean, I think we're all going for Norway or Argentina. Am I right? Yeah, Norway. Ooh. Yeah.
The Vikings.
Dude, coolest after win thing ever. I only want them to win just so I can watch what they do after the game, right? So, Super Bowl 51. Anybody Patriots fans in here? I know we don't have any Atlanta fans in here, do we? Okay. Well, Super Bowl. Yeah. Right. I'm sorry. Someone said Raiders, and I said I'm sorry. You guys have a really cool stadium, though. So there's an analogy. A lot of, sports are great, right? And so, it's nice to be able to resonate sports to what we do in business because it is relatable. Everything we're in a sport. If you guys really think about what you guys do every day, you're practicing, and then you're executing. Am I right? Same thing. And then there's some of us that don't practice, and hopefully they try to execute, which doesn't work out very well. So the Patriots and Atlanta game in Super Bowl 51, if you recall, at halftime, the score was 28-3. Does anybody in here remember that? One of the most boring games. But a lot of you guys probably turned off your TV. The halftime show, none of you guys would even be able to say what it was because most of your TVs were off. It was actually the first Super Bowl. I was looking up statistics on this. The first Super Bowl where they had more than 4,000 people leave at halftime. We all know how much the Super Bowl ticket costs, so that means they're leaving at halftime. And I promise you, our staff will not leave you guys, right? So we're not going to be doing that to you guys. But at Super Bowl 51 at halftime, they had about 5,000 people leave because it was 28-3. And then Tom Brady and his team executed one of the greatest comebacks in football history, right? They came back, they tied it, ended up going to overtime, and then they won in overtime on the first drive, right? And so they actually executed one of the greatest comebacks. That's kind of where we are, guys, and that's why it resonates. Are you the Atlanta Falcons? Are you up 28-3 right now, and you're crushing it the first 6 months? 6 months? A lot of you guys are. A lot of you guys are having a great 6 months. I mean, Pat Garcia, where are you at? She's out there. Pat Garcia, you guys saw her up there, absolutely killing it. If she just decided to glide the rest of the next 6 months, would she still be up 28-3? No, right? You know, Karen Myatt out of Temecula, crushing it. I mean, one of the most, Robert said it the other day. He said, one thing he's been told his whole life is you can always count on two things, death and taxes, right? He said, what they don't tell you is that Karen Myatt is the third thing, that she's going to consistently do business. And that is what it is, right? And that's kind of where we're at, right? And so we're at the halfway point. We're coming out of halftime, and it's like, shoot, what do? Do I give up and just glide for the rest of the time, whether you are up 28-3, or are you the Patriots and you're down 28-3 and you're Tom Brady and you're going to structure the largest comeback in Super Bowl history and win the game, right? And that's kind of where we are right now for a lot of us. So I wrote down some facts that kind of go along with this. This isn't a boom or bust market. I don't think any of you guys think it's a boom or bust market. Am I wrong? It's not 2021, 2022, right? It's not boom or bust. It's one that rewards consistent execution and aggressive play, correct? The agents who treat the next 6 months like a Patriots comeback will dominate. The ones who act like the Falcons 28-3 will watch others pass them by. You guys all agree? Yeah. The Patriots didn't panic, right? So what I wrote in here is, what did the Patriots do? What did the Patriots do that day? Patriots didn't panic. They made adjustments. They executed fundamentals relentlessly, and they believed they could win. Do you guys all believe you guys can win? Yeah, that's right. Five topics. Mindset shifts. If you go into that second half and you're the Patriots and you're on defense and you're like, the game's over, a lot of bad stuff could happen, right? You could go down 35-3. You can go down 42-3. You can just keep going down, right? No gliding. Even if you're ahead, complacency kills. Review your first half wins and your misses, honestly. And Falcons, what they did is they relaxed, where the Patriots stayed urgent, okay? Number 3, relentless belief plus urgency. Every day is a chance to gain ground. Second half is shorter. Treat it that way. It's not shorter. It's still 6 months, but you got to treat it like it's shorter. We got to start now, right? Process over outcome. Focus on daily, weekly behaviors, calls, appointments, follow-ups, content, and the results will what? Compound? The results will compound. If you guys do that daily, the results will compound. Any of you guys make calls for 3 days? James, you make calls for 3 days and you get deals for the rest of the year? No, do you? If you only did for 3 days this week, would you get results for the rest of the year if you only did just this week? No, but if you do it every 3 days, every week for the whole year, will it compound and you'll start getting wins? Everyone else agree with that? Right? Compound nature. All right. Team first, ego last. You know, it's one of those things, ego, I tell people all the time, ego is your worst enemy. Stay humble. Everybody likes a rich, humble person, right? Yeah. True. Like Brady distributing to everyone, lean on your systems. If you guys aren't using our systems, we have tremendous systems for you guys. You guys heard from Kelly. You guys heard from Blake. Those are systems that you guys could really utilize too, with escrow, with lending. We have a title venture with WFG. You guys could really use WFG. If you guys need anything from WFG, we can contact them, get it taken care of. You know, we have the relationships. We have the tools to make you guys win in this marketplace. You guys got to use them. I can't tell you how many calls I get daily where people are asking me questions, and it's like, have you been on the Master's Resource Guide? Oh, what's that? Or have you, do you use Follow Boss? Oh, what's that? You know, and that's just like simple stuff. That's just a CRM tool. Have you ever heard of the Golden Ruler? Right? Like, you know, they're working with a client and the client doesn't think that they're doing a good enough job really representing their house, right? I mean, how many of you guys have ever had a client that said you didn't market their house correctly, or they're not getting enough looks at it? Is it priced too high? What is the issue? Well, the Golden Ruler will tell you how many looks you're getting on it, and that's a free tool in 21 Online. right? So there is a lot of tools. There's system tools that you guys can use that make you look really, really good in this marketplace. We got to use the tools. Key behaviors to drive a comeback. Sorry, it's hot in here. Pipeline building, huge. Everybody knows that. I'm not going to harp too much on that. The second one, which I think is critical, you guys have heard us talk about it over and over and over again, not for the lenders, but mainly for the real estate agents, listing focus. Listing focus. You shouldn't be buyer focused. If you're buyer focused, you're going to lose in this marketplace. You want to stay listing focused. Am I right, James? Listing focus. In a stabilizing market, great listings always win. Am I wrong? No. Price right, stage aggressively, market creatively. Keith's going to talk about that too. We have some really cool tools that are coming out that will help you guys help your sellers market their house a lot better. If the seller needs a new bathroom or needs new flooring or needs their house painted, there's ways that they can get that done where it's pretty much nothing out of pocket until the house sells. Okay, and we're going to be talking about that later, which will help a lot. Great marketing stuff. I think it's very crucial. I wasn't going to bring this up, but I think it is very crucial, whether you believe it or not. Your online presence is a big deal. A lot of you guys have been doing the same thing over and over and over again for a very long time. It works. Add a little bit, trickle in some of that online presence. I'm telling you, I know a lot of agents right now that are killing it because they have a decent or a good online presence. Doesn't mean that you post about real estate every freaking day. You don't do that. Post about your family, post about your trips, post about your likes, post about your dislikes.
Hello,
post
my name is Steph. What can I get you started with today?
Hi, good morning. Just a minute,
But
please.
she's already prospecting right now. I already got
Sorry, what was that?
people prospecting.
Good morning. Just a minute,
Yeah.
please.
Oh, no problem.
well,
Let me know whenever
yeah.
you're ready.
Okay.
Yeah. Or she's ordering through a drive-through.
Sounds like Starbucks in the
Either way, but she's prospecting. I'm just gonna go with that. Yeah, she's prospecting. If you guys are working on buyers, great, right? Buyers can result in other transactions later. They really can, as long as you stay consistent with your follow-up with the buyers. There's actually statistics out there, and we've talked about this in prior monthly connects, where the average buyer later when they sell doesn't remember the agent's name of the person that helped them buy the home. Have you guys ever heard that statistic before? It's like really high. It's like 80%. So if you are working with buyers, make sure they remember you. I worked with when I moved out to Arizona in 2014, I worked with a lady named Julie Summerfield. She worked for Remax Gold at the time. It was in Arizona, so nothing to do with Century 21 at the time. And she followed up every single year, and every year she'd bring a gift to our house. And so when we first moved in, she brought us a new doormat that had a big T on it, like that thick, really, really cool. And every year after that, she'd bring us flowers, whatever it was. And it's like, I still remember her name. And that was like 12 years ago? That's what I'm saying. It makes a big difference, And so those little touches are things that you can do if you're a buyer's agent. But I wrote down rates and inventory are creating more qualified buyers. Nurture them relentlessly. I know the past couple of days we had a little bit of a shift. I think Blake talked about that a little bit. We don't know what's going on right now politically. It does affect us, but if you guys stay consistent, you guys will get the deals done, right? All right, good. I wrote down adjustments now. How many of you guys write down your goals at the beginning of the year? A lot of you online. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys write down your goals every year. Put a 2 if you don't even know what I'm talking about. All right. Yeah, right. Sorry, I'm like 6 shots in of espresso. I drove with Blake this morning. Yeah. We were going. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, we were going. So look at your Q1 and your Q2. My directors, Jackie, she looks at her results probably every single day. And a lot of them are competitive that way. They look at where the regions are at. Every single one of my region directors and advisors has an online tool where they can go and see exactly where they are, and we can talk about their production, talk about where the weaknesses are, talk about where the strengths are. I mean, it's crucial, and that's what you need to do as real estate agents. It's your business at the end of the day. Yeah, Century 21 is the umbrella, right? But I'm working with you. And so you need to have goals. You need to know what you're going to achieve. You need to have ambitions. You guys need to put this stuff on paper and make it actionable things that you guys can do daily. That's how you run a business. That's how you execute. That's how you make a difference, right? Whew. One thing you should think about when you are looking at your goals, when you are going back on your first 6 months from January, January to June. What worked? What didn't work? Cut out the stuff that didn't work. If you keep doing the stuff that doesn't work, I'm sure that's the definition of insanity, right? I mean, that we all know that. Open houses, door knocking, social content, networking, trickle some of that stuff in. I get a lot of agents now, and I'm not joking. I get a lot of agents that tell me they're getting a ton of deals from open houses. And like 2 years ago, we were being told at conventions to not do open houses. And now I'm hearing a lot of agents saying I'm getting a ton of deals from open houses. So, the market does change, and we're in one of those markets right now where I think social media, open houses, the door knocking, the prospecting, a good mix, right? And there is different ways to get some of those deals doing it that way, but you got to stay consistent. I wrote down 3 more things. So action items for the second half. Set aggressive but realistic. Realistic is like the key word here, guys. I've asked people for goals before, and it's wild. Like okay, for instance, she's no longer with us, which is great. We had this agent in Marietta, and we were doing goal setting. This is like 2023. We're doing goal setting, and she had done like 2 deals. She had done like 2 deals. Thanks for the laugh. She had done like 2 deals for like every single year, and like to get her to in the office, to get her to do anything was like a nightmare. To get her to show up to trainings was a nightmare. When she would have a deal, she would take up all of our time, right? Because she didn't show up to anything. She didn't know the new contract. She didn't know about all this stuff. So when she needed our attention, she called everybody in the whole team and wanted their attention now, right? We've all seen those types of individuals. So I sit down with her and we start going over her 2024 goals. And she says she has a new coach that she's paying $2,500 a month to, swear to God, $2,500 a month to. I don't know how, when you only did 2 deals the year before. And said that she's going to do 25 deals in 2024. So she's going to go from 2 deals to 25 deals in 1 year. She ended up leaving us the first quarter of 2024 because she hadn't done a deal, right? And so that's my whole point. And I say that with a grain of salt is when you guys set these goals and you set these targets, don't overdo it to where it's something where you're going to get disappointed. In Q1 and Q2, if you average 3 deals each one of those quarters, do 4 deals in Q3 and 4 deals in Q4, right? Bump it up just a little bit. You know what you did. You know what you could do differently. You know what you could do better. And now you can add 1, right? What's another $10,000, $20,000 commission check each one of those quarters? That's great, right? And so make sure they're realistic goals that are achievable and things that you guys can actually do. It's huge. Commit to 1 new habit or adjustment starting tomorrow. The halftime, like I said, the halftime is kind of the phrase for this month. The halftime's over. We are in July. And so if you guys can commit to 1 adjustment, remove the bad, commit to adjusting for the good, and start moving forward, I think we're going to see a lot of success, guys. I truly do. And we're seeing a ton of success. And I'm speaking to everybody as a whole because we can always get better. That's one thing I truly believe in. If you are one of those people that's already done 25 deals year to date, let's do 26 in the next second half of the year. Why not? Do 51 deals this year, right? Don't end up with 30. That would be, I would almost feel like that would be more of a loss, more of a letdown if I did 25 deals in the first 6 months of the year and then finish with 30 deals at the end of the year. Anybody else agree with me? Right? So doing more, right? And just figuring out what you did wrong and adjusting it to do just a little bit better. A little bit better every single day will compound, okay? Number 3 is track your comeback points. So weekly, appointments set, listings taken, things that you are doing that are actionable, that are going to make a difference. Track them. Tracking is key, guys. It's really what makes a difference. Last week, oh shoot, I didn't knock on any doors, or last week I only made 10 contacts. This week I'm going to make 20 contacts, right? See, it's an easy adjustment. It's doable, and I can achieve this goal, and that's key, and that's what we all should be focusing on. So I'm just going to ask you guys, who's ready to be the Patriots in the second half of the year? Let's get it. All right, good stuff, guys. I look forward to seeing all of your guys' success. You guys online look forward to it as well. Tiffany, I'm pointing at you. I know you're on this call. You better kill it the second 6 months of this year. All right, guys. Up next, Keith.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Good work, bro. Good work. How's everybody doing today? All right. Everybody on Zoom, say what? Hey, we got some really cool stuff, and I'm going to challenge our our tech team by flipping up some PowerPoint little slides. We got 3 really cool new tools that I want to introduce to you guys. So everybody's been hearing about all the rumbling that happened with, Compass and Anywhere coming together. And we've gotten a lot of questions from people on, hey, like, when are we going to start seeing some of the tools or technology or the benefits from all that activity? And the reality is we've been staying on top of them, really applying pressure. We want to be a part of beta test. We want to have information as quickly as possible. And I finally got you guys something. I actually got 3 really cool things. Okay. So the first one is a product called Notable. Okay. How many of you guys sometimes have a listing, or you walk into a listing presentation and you walk around the house and you're like, dang, paint's jacked. Flooring's a little rough, right? Cosmetically, it could use some lipstick, but the seller doesn't have any additional cash. They know that they're going to have to take all the equity that they make. They're going to have to put it in the next house to afford the next house because the rate's a little bit higher. Like, let's be honest, like, even if you have someone who has a little bit more money, sometimes they may not want to use that cash or those investments. They may not want to pull money out of the stock market. They may not want to move assets around. They may want to leverage, come on in. They may want to leverage their own equity. And so this product called Notable is basically a line of credit on their equity that gets paid at close. So if you get a client who, when you review or when you inspect the house during the pre-listing or the listing presentation, you can actually recommend that they try to get approved or look to get approved for this. And it's a simple process. The tool is super easy. I've already tested it out. And basically they can take out up to $50,000 of equity and they can utilize it immediately to put some lipstick on the listing. Okay, this is going to help you guys position the listing for the max dollar amount, right? Let's be honest. If the home is turnkey with fresh paint, with nice floors, with new carpet, is it easier to sell that? Yeah? Okay. So the product's called Notable. It's an easy application. It's a soft pull on their credit, so it's not going to interfere with the home purchase process. And I'll be sending out with the next 2 tools an email here after this meeting that's going to give you guys some videos so you can see what it's all about and steps on how you could start utilizing this for your clients. Now, everything I'm about to talk about, or that I just mentioned and I'm about to talk about, is geared towards you guys positioning yourself to win listings and help your sellers sell their home. Right now, there's a decent amount of inventory that's sitting. Okay, these new tools and technology are intended to help you move it. Make sense? Any questions on that? Okay, great. So the next one is really cool. How many of you guys, when you have a listing, put it in coming soon status? I know the MLS just released, CRMLS just released approval that we can now do 13 days on coming soon. Does everybody know that? So now you can actually have your listing coming soon for 13 days prior to it going live on the MLS. So wouldn't it be cool if you could take that coming soon and you could publish it on Redfin and give it exposure to 50 million viewers prior to the listing going live? And what if every person that went to your listing and checked it out and actually filled out a form, what if you got notified of that lead and you got to call that person and before the listing even went live, got to get a little bit of a pulse check on, is my pricing right? Are my photos generating some attention? Like, wouldn't it be good to dip your toe in the jacuzzi to make sure it's not too hot or too cold? Because that sucks. I hate getting into a cold jacuzzi. That's the worst, right? I'm just joking. That doesn't really happen. But so Redfin and CIH actually created a strategic partnership, and effective this week, you guys should be receiving emails, and I'm actually going to play a little video that's going to show you guys. You'll get an email. You guys will set up an account, and every time you get a listing, you guys, if I were you, I would incorporate this into my listing presentation where we say, hey, listen, unless they have to get it on the market quick because there's an urgent timeline, we're going to put it on coming soon for a period of time. We're going to kind of get it introduced to the market. I'm going to put it on Redfin. I'm going to get this thing boosted out. Okay. I'm going to get some feelers. And then we're going to go live on the market if we don't get someone to literally submit an offer even before we go live. Does that make sense? Is that a pretty sound marketing strategy? Do you think you could impress a client if you walked in and you said, that's something that I can offer you? right? On top of that, you're like, hey, I can actually help you pull out some money from your home, and we'll pay at close. We can put some lipstick. We're gonna juice this thing up. Like, you see what these tools are doing for you guys. So I was tempted to play the video. I'm actually gonna pause because it's 4 minutes. It's a little bit too long. I'm gonna include it on the email. Is that okay for everybody? I'm gonna include you guys can watch it on your own time. You guys can watch the video. It shows you exactly what to expect. And then we'll be sending out more contact or more information on this to make sure you guys take advantage of it. Because I know sometimes I gotta get you guys to actually click the buttons. I'm gonna get you to click the buttons. Okay. How many of you guys want to utilize these tools to help you guys position yourself to get more business? Okay, cool. The last one is this product. And honestly, the first time I heard about this product, we were actually trying to recruit a Coldwell Banker agent, which whatever, CV, get out of here. We were trying to recruit a Coldwell Banker agent, and the individual literally said, like, I want to sign, but you guys don't have this thing called listing concierge. And I'm like, we don't. And they're like, if I can't get that, I can't leave my brokerage. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, what is it? It's this marketing program. And basically every time I get a listing, I pay a little bit of money, but I get this full blown, it comes with some artwork, which we can provide for you. So I was like, okay, that's not that cool. But it comes with a social media ad boost for 7 days. It comes with a YouTube video. It comes with a property website. It comes with some mailers that I can mail out directly, and it all automatically happens. I don't have to do anything. I pay for the package. I enter in my listing information, and voila, all this stuff happens. And she like swore by it. And I'm like, dang, well, we don't have it. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And we couldn't recruit her. Well, 2 weeks ago, I got a call from our growth consultant because I lit Century 21 of them. Like, you guys, we need this tool. Like, Coldwell Banker can't have it and us not have it. And I can't recruit agents because they have it. I'm like, give it to us. 2 weeks ago, we got it. Okay. And so this is basically what it looks like. These are the various packages. Can you guys shrink the little like display with all the people's faces so that the people in Downey can see it? So you have 4 different packages, and I'm going to walk you guys through instructions on how to use this. Now, are some of these things that our marketing team can do for you? Absolutely. Like flyers and just listed, just sold and all that stuff, of course. But I'm not going to lie, the fact that it's all packaged up and it has some of the video carousel or slideshows, it has the property website, the social media boosted ads. How many of you guys boost ads on social media right now? Okay, we got one. Online, anybody? I'm sure there's a few of you guys. There's quite, I'm imagining a handful of them. The reality is it's additional steps. And I'm not gonna lie, I talked to a lot of top producing agents. Very few of them actually boost ads on social media. These are just things that are gonna add additional value, right? What is happening right now in the real estate market? You guys are being put in a position where you have to be able to articulate your value, right? Okay, when you're going to a listing presentation or you're trying to get a listing presentation, you have to articulate your value. You guys, I'm trying to give you guys things that you can stick into that presentation that are going to just blow their mind. And it's like a no-brainer. Like, they didn't have any of this stuff. We're big Mike Ferry people. You guys should be building out the pre-listing packet. You should be sending it to them. You should be calling them, making sure that they got it. Like, you are going to separate yourself from the pack. My brother just said, you guys should be focused on being listing agents. Yes? Yes. List to last. Yes? Okay. Well, to be a really good listing agent, you have to present well. I'm giving you guys some golden nuggets. Our company's giving you some golden nuggets. Okay. The last thing is showcase. So if I wanted to do the quadfecta, trifecta, what's a quad? Quadfecta? If you want to do the quad, it's not even a freaking word. We're inventing words. That's going to be in the email that I send out to you. It's going to say the quadfecta. The quadfecta. You guys, if you're smart, your listing packet, your pre-listing packet, it's saying that you can help them tap into their equity to put lipstick on their listing. It's saying that we're going to put your listing on coming soon. We're going to get some pre-market activity, and we're going to put it on Redfin, and it's going to get boosted, and we're going to get some interest early on. You're saying that I have this very unique marketing plan and campaign that I put your listing on. You get front row seat. We're going to get lots of activity. Oh, and then by the way, when we go live on the market, I actually showcase your listing on Zillow, and I enhance your listing on Zillow, which is the #1 portal that everyone goes to look at for homes. You guys, like, you win no matter what. Like you literally win right away, no matter what. Does that make sense? Do you like it? Are you going to use it? Oh, that answer needs to be a little heavier. All right, so I'm going to send you an email on the Quadfectra. Okay, you need it?
Available for all the agents in the company.
Yes, and that's a good plug. Pat just mentioned that our lenders at 21st Century Lending have list reports that also give you additional value. So you guys, there's so much that you guys can use, but you have to do it. Like Matt's talking about, it's halftime, right? We go into the locker room. We're sitting down. How many of you guys have a pre-listing packet that you guys are proud to say is your pre-listing packet? Okay, if your hand's not up, the first thing you should do today is you should figure out how to build a pre-listing packet so that when you talk to people, you can give them the pre-listing packet that blows their mind and they're like, I have to sign with this person, right? Like that has to happen today. Before you go out of the locker room and you're at a deficit of 3 to 28, you got to have your pre-listing packet. You got to have some of these tools to add value. Make sense? Yeah. All right. That's all I got today, guys. Thank you, guys. We're going to pass it over to Robert Hertel. Come on, baby.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a party going on over here in Ventura. Let's go, baby. All right, good stuff. Okay, so now I got to get this involved again, but I need everybody on Zoom to unmute yourself as well. I need everybody on Zoom to unmute. Come on, unmute. I still see a lot of mutes. Come on, unmute yourself. I see you, Todd. Unmute it, Todd. Let's go, baby. Come on.
Come on.
Let's go. All right, here we go. It's the second half. You know me. I'm all about winning. So we're going to put our hands together. Let's go. Actually, everybody in the mirror, stand up. Stand up. Let's go. Stand up. If you're on Zoom, stand up. Come on. It's the second half. It's summer months. Let's go, Todd. Put your hands together. Here we go.
My picture on.
3, 1, 2, 3. Half of the year. Man, you want to know what the best part of the second half of the year is? Most real estate agents already quit. They already quit. They said the first half of the year, they looked at their business plan. Actually, they couldn't find their business plan, right? It's gone. But they looked at it and they said, well, the first half sucked. I guess I'll go back to Amazon. And it's like, that's good. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, because now we got all the opportunities for the committed agents in this room and on Zoom. This is your time to shine because so many agents have already left. We actually had a lot of agents leave the company in the last couple weeks, like a lot. And there was, whenever we see that, people, oh my gosh, why are people leaving? I'm like, look at their production. I go, do you know how hard it is for me to not know you? As much as I travel, as much as I'm available, and I see some of these agents leaving, I'm like, I don't even know who they are because they're not plugged in. They left. They're not leaving Century 21 Masters. They're leaving the business because the first half of the year was so terrible, right? So this is our time to shine. That's what makes it so exciting. All right, lots of really cool things. I want to get into mine. So first of all, real quick, I had this as a separate note because Matt mentioned open houses, and I want to share a quick win. We did this earlier in Ventura, but for everyone on Zoom, we have our great agent here, Roberta. So Roberta, not only, here was the really cool win. All last week, I kept hearing from agents, I don't want to host an open house. It's 4th of July weekend. I heard that over and over. Hey, Robert, do you think you can get someone to host an open house for me this week? And I don't want to do it. I don't know if there's going to be very many people. Well, she hosted an open house. I did one on the 3rd and the 5th. But she hosted one on the 5th, the Sunday after 4th of July. The buyer that came to that open house is the one that ended up writing up the offer that got into escrow. So next year, when this happens, for all of you on Zoom, when you go, Robert, I don't know if I want to host an open house on 4th of July weekend, I'm going to go like, hey, remember Roberta? Folks, you only need one buyer, okay? You just need one buyer. So great job, Roberta. Way to go. All right, couple things that I want to go over here today. First of all, I want to talk about what I'm proud of in our company the first half of the year. Okay, I'm going to first talk about what I'm proud of the first half of the year. Here's some of the things I'm proud of. First of all, from an agent standpoint in terms of awards qualification, we already have 42 agents and teams that are already qualified for a Century 21 award. Right? Get that round of applause. First half of the year, we already have 42, and we have a lot that are right up on the edge. But 42 people in the first half of the year already qualified for award. I love that. Currently, as a company, we're sitting at over 1,200 active listings. I am so excited. Here's what I'm not proud about just that number. I'm proud about the fact that I keep pushing. No matter how many listings you have and how many of them are not selling, the answer is to take more listings. And our management team pushes that, and you all fight that. You go, I'm going to take more listings. I'm going to take more listings. Yeah, they're hard to sell. Yeah, they're tough. Yeah, I got to put in the work. But I'm going to keep taking more because it's a numbers game. We're at over 1,200 active listings right now, right? And that's without the market helping us at all. We haven't gotten that market boost yet. Can you imagine if the market just boosted us a little? 1,200 listings, man, we all going on vacation. We're all going on, some of you I'm not going to see for like a year, right? You're like, Jorge's got 6. He's like, man, if the market boosts a little bit, man, I'm out. See you later. No, I'm just kidding, buddy. Good job, right? But over 1,200 listings. Even though the market has not had any benefit so far this year, as a company, we are still on track to hit our goals, which means we are exceeding what the market is doing. So great job to everybody at Century, all of our agents. As a company, we're still on track to hit our goals. And we set big goals because we figured, the market will help out a little bit. Plus, we always want to exceed the market. And even though the market hasn't really helped us too much, we're still on track, which means we're exceeding the market. So great job there. I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of the staff that we have here at Century 21 Masters. I think as a staff, we just have just an unbelievable staff when it comes to real estate companies. Who here worked, and put a 1 in the chat box, or here, raise your hand if you worked at a company prior to Century 21 Masters. Okay, great. Fantastic. Did you have the same amount of staff members at that company as you do here? No chance, right? We employ over 100 people in the company. When you look at real estate, lending, property management, whole thing, 100 people, right? That is a lot of people. So to our staff, which is from our ownership team down to the escrow team, the compliance team, the experience team, the admin team, the marketing team, and everyone there. Thank you. Mary, Lorraine, thank you for all the amazing work that you all do. Because I mean, the downside of our company being so successful in terms of what you all do is that it puts a lot of strain on our staff. They got to work like really, really fast. They got to process things really quickly, and they do an amazing job. So thank you for that. I want to thank our amazing sales team leaders, right? So all of our directors and advisors, like Armani, who's sitting right here, right? All of our amazing sales team leaders, our directors, our advisors, Romeo, Kiana, who's over here as well, part of our amazing sales team. It's to have that local representation of people who care. We don't just hire just to hire. We hire people that are the right people. Or when we acquire companies, we don't keep everybody. You all know this. We acquired some of your offices, right? We don't keep everybody. We find the right people. And our sales leaders, they're out there every day. They're pushing. They're making it happen for everyone. They're building the culture. They're pushing you along. And we can't be successful as a company. We can't grow as a company if we don't have that. So to all of our sales leaders, thank you 1,000 times over, because I think you're doing an absolutely amazing job. So I'm super proud of all that. And again, from our ownership team down, you see Keith and Matt and Randy and Linda, they're constantly thinking of what can we add to the company, right? They go talk to Zillow and be like, hey, can we get it for $200? Hey, what about this notable thing? Hey, what about this? What about that? They're constantly looking for ways to give you different tools. So, it's great to have an ownership group that is constantly doing that. And then, I don't think I don't, he's part of sales, he's part of operations, he's kind of done everything. But Hunter and his team, Valeria, a guy, we joke that Hunter and I have very similar lives. He travels around the world and we're, and dates tennis players and things like that, and he gets to do all kinds of, him and I have very similar lives, very similar, but he does an amazing thing. So I love him. And Hunter, thank you for all that you do. So I wanted to thank everybody there. And here's the other thing I'm really proud of at our company is that our company keeps fighting. Our company keeps fighting. I promote win. Well, to win, you got to keep fighting, right? Anyone ever seen the movie Rocky? Okay. Well, Rocky wins, but he doesn't win because he's the most technical boxer, right? He wins because you just keep punching him in the face and he's just like, let's go. Let's go, right? Well, that's what our real estate world is like. It's like, oh, interest rates are going higher. All right, let's go. Let's go. Oh, everyone keeps thinking prices are going to go down. Okay, no problem. Let's go. We just keep fighting. We just keep going, keep pushing. And that's why we're at the level we're at, right? And so I'm proud of all of our agents, our staff, and our sales leadership team and our ownership team for keep fighting, right? And eventually, it's going to pan out, folks. It'll pan out. But I'm really proud of all the things we've accomplished so far in the first half. All right. So now I want to jump into what is still possible. Because now we're going in the second half. What is still possible? So we have on the screen there the award qualifications. The award qualifications for the Century 21 Awards, okay? Here's what I want everyone to understand. I don't care where you're at today. You're in play for an award. Everybody is still in play for an award. Every single one of you, okay? Whatever award it may be, I don't know, but everyone's in play. And here's why I say that. We do have true story of an agent who was at 0 at the midway half of the year that still ended up Centurion by the end of the year. That actually happened. Now, it's not normal, okay? That's not normal, okay? I'm not rooting for that, by the way, for people to it's okay, I'm at 0 the first half, but it's still possible, which means that you're in play. I don't care where you're at, you're in play. So look at that. We'll also send it out. I want you to set a goal. Going back to what Matt said, set a goal. See if you can accomplish one of those awards. And some of you are already at certain awards. Can you get to the next one? Can you get to one higher? What award do you want to accomplish? And then after you decide what award you want to accomplish, send it to me, send it to your regional leaders, because we will sit down with you and say, let's create a plan to get you to that award. We have it written out. We have all the blueprints, okay, to get you to those awards, whatever it is. But set a goal. Last year at our awards dinner, we had 160 people who won awards. And we had over 100 people at our awards dinner in Las Vegas last year because we tied it to the 121 event. Okay. For those of you that were there, Armani, that was a blast, right? And for those of you on Zoom, we had a phenomenal time. Kiana, it was a great time, right? I want 160 again. I want 200 to go to our awards dinner next time. All right. And 121 next year is in Nashville. Woo. All right. All right. All right. We got a couple Nashville fans in around. All right. Here we go. Okay. So maybe we'll do it again. So I want everybody, cowboyed up in Nashville next year for our awards dinner. Right? So pick one and let's get after it. I want you also just look on a positive side of things. So I want to give Alex Villasenor credit for this one. He's one of our great sales leaders. He was showing me some numbers yesterday. And, the way my brain works is you show me a little and I just get on steroids, right? Like, oh, how can I 10X this? How can I 20X this, right? So he showed me something in his market on some stats. And I was like, oh, what does that mean for the whole state? So here was this. Every county in California that I was able to pull stats for, I have access to a lot of MLSs, every county except 2, okay, and I won't name the 2, but every county except 2, here's the current trend. At new listings going down, closings going up. Every county except 2, new listings going down, closings going up. What does that mean? Who does that benefit? Sellers. Benefits sellers. What does that mean for buyers? They need to get off their butts. Look at that, working on my language every single day, right? So if you're looking for positive news, hey, why don't you go pull these stats and say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so in this county, did you know that new listings are down but closings are up? Which means there is a phenomenal opportunity for you to list your house right now. Because the inventory is going down and people are buying houses at a much faster rate than they were in the previous months. And for those buyers who are like, oh, I'm waiting. I want to wait to see if more inventory. And no, the inventory is going down. You're getting less inventory and homes are buying. So if rates go up to 6, 7, 5, whatever they may be, you got to get in it. So there's positive news out there, but you got to just take this information and get it out to the public, right? Get them moving, right? So there's opportunities out there right now. By the way, Blake was talking about interest rates potentially going up at the end of the year, all right? Guess what? Who cares? I said this on my State of the Market tour. How long have interest rates been above 6%? How long have they been above 6%? This latest go around. 3.5 years. It was November of 2022 when rates got above 6%. They've been above 6% for over 3.5 years. You want to know what that means? I don't want to hear about interest rates. Well, Robert, interest rates are too high. They're not motivated. They're not motivated. Okay? Go find the buyers that are motivated. It's not about rates, folks. It's been 3.5 years. That buyer who's complaining about interest rates right now, they're saying, I want to wait till interest rates go down. You want to know what they're going to say when interest rates go down? Prices are too high. They're going to say prices are too high. And then when you finally overcome the price objection, it'll be an election year. And you know what they're going to say? I want to wait to see what happens after the election. Waiters will wait forever. So even though Blake said, oh, the interest rates might go up, and it's great that we have Blake to give us those updates, who cares? Go find people, right? Go find people. There's opportunities out there. And guess what? Most real estate agents won't go find people. Most real estate agents are going to go, oh, rates went up again. And I'm going, bye. By the way, can I get your cell phone? Because I'd like to call everybody in there. And you steal your database. All right. All right. Last thing I want to just cover here real quick. Last two things. I want to write down what is still possible. So counting tomorrow, there are 126 days left to go in 2026. Starting tomorrow, there's 126 days. I'm sorry, 126 working days. Yeah.
Whoa.
126 working days, which counts as Monday through Friday. Okay, obviously you could work more, but Monday through there's 126. So if you take out Veterans Day, 2 days for Thanksgiving, 2 days for Christmas, New Year's Day, 7 days for vacation. If you take all those out, you're left with 113 working days. Now, here's the thing. There's 175 days total, okay? So if you just worked 113 days, you would essentially the rest of the year work 113 days and you get off 62 days. Does that sound okay? If you work 113 days and take off 62 days, is everybody okay with that schedule? Okay, great. So that's what I lined out here. Now imagine this. Imagine if in those 113 working days, you practiced your scripts for 30 minutes a day. First of all, is that reasonable? Could you practice scripts and objection handlers for 30 minutes a day? Is that reasonable? Yes. Put a 1 in the chat box if you think that's reasonable. Okay. So 30 minutes a day. That would be 56.5 hours of script practice between now and the end of the year. 30 minutes of listing presentation practice would be 56.5 hours of listing presentation practice. How about previewing homes? Could you preview 3 homes in an hour? Is that possible? Yes. You know, I know for some of you on Zoom, you're like, we live on 12 acres. That's hard. Okay, well, we'll work on that later. 1 hour of previewing, 3 homes. That means you would see 339 homes between now and the end of the year. If you saw inside and out 339 homes in your marketplace between now and the end of the year, would anybody know the market better than you? No, not a chance. Okay, great. And then you did 3 hours of lead generation. I don't care how you do it. Phone calls, door knocking, text messages, emails, networking groups, social media, however you do lead generation, 3 hours. That's 339 hours of prospecting. Let's say you connected with 5 people each hour. That's 1,695 people. Okay, folks, let me ask you this. First of all, 30 minutes of script practice, 30 minutes of listing presentation practice, 1 hour of previewing, 3 hours of lead generation. That's 5 hours. That's it. If you work an 8-hour day, you still have 3 hours left to do whatever admin work you claim to be doing. Okay? 5 hours. But if you commit to those 5 hours for 113 days, 56 hours of listing presentation practice, 56 hours of script practice, you see 339 homes, you talk to or connect with 1,695 people. Are you going to do a lot of business if you do all that? Yes or no? Yes. Absolutely. If you do all that, how is anybody going to beat you? They can't. It's over. If you do all that, and that's just 5 hours. That's what's still possible this year. Still possible this year if you just did those 5 hours for 113 days and you took 62 days off. Anybody want to sign a contract that says they'd be willing to do that? Yes? Okay, because you should. You should sign a contract with yourself to do that. All right. The last thing I wrote down here for what is still possible. The only person stopping you from having a phenomenal second half of the year is the person staring at you in the mirror. It's the only person stopping you. It's not the market. Oh, Robert, this market's fine. These interest rates, no, interest rates are fine. You don't understand my clients. I know your clients are fine. This economy, no, the economy's fine. Everything's fine. The only person stopping you is that person looking in the mirror. Because it sure as hell ain't Armani. And it sure as hell ain't any of our sales leaders. And it definitely ain't me. It definitely ain't me. You know, you get a voicemail from me at 7 a.m. telling you, let's go. It's go. I know only like 2 of you listen to it. That's okay. Right? You still get it. You're the only person stopping you from having a phenomenal second half of the year. So all I need from you is to make a commitment to yourselves to look at that demon in the mirror who's going to try to stop you and say, not today, demon, not these next 6 months. You're not going to make it happen. Get out of my way. This train is going as fast as possible for the next 6 months because I'm going to accomplish more in the next 6 months than I've accomplished in the last 2 years combined. And no one's going to stop me. Not you, not the market, not anybody. It's all up to me, and watch what I get to do. You sound good with that? All right, let's go, everybody. All right. Big buddy up there, Romeo, I love you. Thank you so much for all the great work that you're doing up there too, buddy.
Okay. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And thank you, Robert. Coming to you live from San Jose up here in the Bay Area. Make a little noise. And I know nobody can hear that because the mics are out there, but we were louder than anybody else. I guarantee it. So I get to talk about 2 different things today. First, you've heard me talk about probably for the last 6 months or so, and that is our masterclass and remaster pathways, in addition to our mastering series of classes. Okay, there we go. Oh my God, I even get a slide today. I freaking love it. I didn't even have to ask for it. QR code. Okay, for any agent who is new to the business, who is restarting in the business, who hasn't got the traction they want, okay? We offer a 90-day pathway. Robert was talking about all the different things you can do in 5 hours a day, okay? Most agents will sit there when they wake up in the morning and be like, well, what do I do today? They know they have to do something, but they don't quite know what that is, okay? Well, we take that mystery out of the equation for you. We'll give you a new task, and usually it's several tasks, each and every single day, okay, for 90 days, Monday through Friday. You get a motivational message from Robert at 7 a.m. Usually about 6:15, 6:30 in the morning, you get an email from me telling you what you need to do today, okay? And what we do is we not only tell you what to do with that task, we give you all the tools that you need in order to complete it, okay? Whether that's a link to a website, a video, a how-to, a step-by-step guide, okay? All the different things that you need to complete that task. And those tasks are designed to build the foundation of your business. Okay. Now, obviously, they are designed for newer agents, as I mentioned, agents getting back into the business, agents who haven't quite got the traction they want. Okay. But we're adding a new piece to this. This program is always evolving. Okay. And that new piece is accountability. Okay. So for you agents who may not need learning some of these basic tasks, but you need some of that accountability, this is right for you as well. Okay. Shoot me an email, send me a text, give me a call. Use that QR code and we'll get you set up, okay, for that 90-day pathway. Now, in addition to that, we offer Monday, Wednesday, and Friday our mastering series of classes, okay? Mondays is all about contracts. Wednesdays is all about transactions. Fridays is all about building your business. And those are standing appointments Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 to 11, okay? And we're evolving that as well, okay? What we're doing is we're bringing in all of our departments, all of our services, all the different people that you can work with for systems and tools that will allow you to be more efficient, but also allow our systems and our departments, okay, to better train you on how to use all these systems and tools. Okay, so we're now going one by one with each of the departments. We're going to be rolling out training that's going to match all of those things. And again, it's just going to make us so much more efficient. Okay, every week we do leadership meetings. And what I'm starting to see is I'm recognizing names, even though I haven't met all of these different people, especially the ones from Southern California. We give out different wins, okay, as directors and advisors each and every week. And all of a sudden, I'm starting to hear wins by people whose names I recognize from the classes, people whose names I recognize from the daily tasks that I'm sending out. And that's not a testament to what we're doing. It's a testament to you guys as the agents, that you're actually putting in the work. So kudos to everybody who's doing that. Now, the second thing I want to talk about, probably something that most people don't really want to hear, Okay, that's lawsuits. Okay, and why are we bringing that up? Right now, we have 11 current lawsuits, okay, going on company-wide, right? But what we want to do is we want to educate everybody, okay? What are some of the pain points that we're seeing? What are some of the common themes that we're seeing in those lawsuits and the things that don't quite make it to lawsuits that we're able to head off? And then what are the resources that we have if disputes come up, okay? So the first thing is we've got three main topics, okay, that we're seeing very common issues with, okay? And the first one is permit issue, okay, where sellers aren't necessarily disclosing everything they should about permitted and or unpermitted things in the property. And some of it's because they just don't know, okay? Others they forget, others choose not to disclose. So what can we do as agents? Okay, well, we can go and we can research that permit history. Okay, we can disclose all the things that we find, okay, with our AVID, okay, in that permit history, okay, as well as the things that don't quite match. Okay, we see a beautiful remodeled bathroom, we pull the permit history, there's nothing about a remodeled bathroom. Okay, so we can point out the fact that the bathroom may not have been remodeled with the benefit of the permit. Okay. Buyer to do their own investigation and satisfy themselves as to the legality of the work. Okay, real simple. Okay, is that going to prevent a lawsuit? No, but is that going to reduce our liability significantly? Absolutely. All right. Now, one thing I will caution. Okay, the research that you do, you can provide as part of your AVID. Okay, but never give that information as gospel to your clients. Okay, meaning you do the research on the permit history for your clients. You give it to them, that information that you get may be wrong. Always have them do their own investigation and or do it with them. Okay, so I will caution with that. All right. Number two, big issue that we're seeing is previous water intrusion and or mold in the properties. Okay, as you're going through and you see something that was recently painted or walls that were recently redone, okay, do a little investigation. Why were those painted? What was the condition of them before? What was hiding underneath? Okay, and that's all questions you can ask the seller. Okay, and if there seems to be any red flags, okay, one little section of a wall is painted, but not the rest, okay, point that out. Again, there might be recourse for further investigation for those particular buyers. Okay, we're not saying that there is or was water intrusion. We're not saying there is or isn't mold. We're just saying that there's something that's just not quite right there, and we suggest further investigation. Again, all part of our AVID. Okay, and then the last thing that we're seeing is wire fraud. Okay, and a lot of times wire fraud happens. Okay, we don't even know it. We find about it after the fact, and it becomes an issue. Okay, so the one thing, obviously, there is a wire fraud disclosure in our package, in our listing and RPA packages. Okay, but it's something we want to have a discussion with our clients. Okay, they should know. Okay, or we should know. We should never provide, okay, financial or wire information to our clients. That should come directly from the source. Okay, meaning the escrow company. Okay, so as a general practice, we never provide that information. Okay, we want to make sure our clients know that. A, we will never provide you that information, nor will we ever ask for that information from you. Okay, so if you get that from us, that is a big red flag. Okay, notify us immediately. Right. The other thing is if you get a request for financial information or a request for a wire, make sure you verify. Okay, don't just blindly send. Make sure you're calling and verifying A, that information is true and it did come from the person that says it's coming from. Okay, so those are the three things. Now, is that going to head off or eliminate all of our legal issues? No. So what happens if we do get into a little bit of a legal issue? Okay, we've got two things, all right, and that's what the great thing about this company is. Okay, and Keith was talking about sending out an email later with the 4 different things. Well, I want to add 5. Okay, because the 5th one is Legal Services of America. Okay, it's a new partnership. It's our most recent strategic partnership that we have, and Legal Services of America not only protects us as agents, as the company, but it also protects our clients. Okay. And our marketing team has done a fantastic job. They've already put flyers together for us. Okay. All you got to do is reach out. They already have it ready. It's already branded and everything, and can be part of your listing package. Now, what does Legal Services of America do? Okay. Well, they provide legal advice for us from attorneys, and from the attorneys that we use already for our E&O claims. They are working with those same exact attorneys, and they will provide that legal advice for us and for our clients. They'll provide contract review for us and our clients. They will provide dispute resolution before it gets to mediation, arbitration, and or a lawsuit. Okay. And unfortunately, if it does get to mediation, arbitration, they will provide the support during that mediation and arbitration. Okay. And $199. $199 per transaction. Now, okay, it's collected at close of escrow. It's no out-of-pocket expense to you and or your clients. And it's something that you can choose to pay for yourself or have your clients pay for, because it is a service and a benefit to them. All right. Now, the true beauty of Legal Services of America, not only will they provide support on the transaction that you are in, they will provide support on all of your previous transactions. All of them. Okay. Free of charge. 2 conditions. Okay. First condition, you go to, and here's your QR code, go to Masters Resource Guide, click on Tap Your Resources, click on Legal, or shoot this QR code. Okay. There's an enrollment form. All you have to do is enroll. Okay. That's step 1. They are waiving the enrollment fee for Century 21 Masters agents. Okay. The only other thing you have to do, the second part, is you have to agree that all future transactions, you will put their service of $199 on. Okay. So if you've done 1, 5, 10, 100 transactions in the past, they are all covered. All you have to do is go and enroll. And second part is all of your future transactions agree to put their service in place. Okay, again, no out-of-pocket expense to enroll, no out-of-pocket expense to sign up for each transaction. Okay, it comes out of the transaction at closing. Doesn't get any easier than that. Okay, and we will have future trainings on this upcoming as well as part of our mastering series. Now, let's say that unfortunately, everything we tried to do with Legal Services of America, or God forbid, you decided not to use that service. What happens? Okay, well, we've got the A team. They don't get acknowledged for this. They don't get thanked for this. They don't get anything but complaints usually. And that's Steve Costa and our fearless leader, Randy Thompson. Okay. Behind the scenes, they are working on every single legal issue that we have. Okay. Company-wide, agent-wide. Okay. So a great big deal of thanks needs to go to them. Okay, for all the support that they're giving behind the scenes, knowing that they have our backs, okay, regardless of any other systems, any other programs that we have, okay, should be something that we thank our lucky stars every single night we lay down, okay, because we can sleep well at night knowing that they are working behind the scenes and they will support us during all of these legal issues, okay. Now, it's important that if there is any other issues that come up, we inform them, or you inform your directors, Bethany and advisor Stephen, myself, Robert, okay, inform somebody that there might be an issue so we can try and get ahead of it, okay? But just know that if we have legal issues, we've got them behind us that are going to fight tooth and nail for everything they can to protect you, okay, and the company. All right, so again, we have to just have immense thanks. Again, I know I sleep well at night, knowing that they are just a phone call away in helping and supporting with everything we do. Okay. I will share kind of a little bit of a horror story. We had a Centurion agent, okay, who was multiple times Centurion. She got into a lawsuit 2 years ago. Okay. Hasn't done a deal in 2 years. It has stressed her out so much going through this process. It's effectively crippled her from doing business. Okay, and unfortunately, it started before the Masters acquisition with REA. So she didn't have the support that we have now. Okay, as soon as Masters came on, Randy got involved and immediately was able to resolve this issue. Okay, and that's just one store. Okay, we talk about 11 active lawsuits. There are hundreds, okay, over the last year and a half or so that haven't gotten to lawsuits because of what Randy and Steve are doing behind the scenes. Okay, so a big thank you again to them. A big shout out to Legal Services of America. Go today, click that QR code, get enrolled, start using it in all your different transactions, start coming to those Monday, Wednesday, and Friday classes. Click the QR code or call me or email me to get set up on the 90-day pathway. And let's make the rest of this year the best yet. So for now, we're going to kick it down to Kiana back, I believe, in Ventura. And she'll go ahead and close us out for today. Thanks, everybody.
Let's go again. Go.
Can't see you. Oh, sorry.
There you go.
It's my first time in this office and in this region. It's so nice meeting you guys today. So thank you so much for having me. The volume okay?
Bring it down. Well done. Go.
Good to go?
Yep.
Okay, I hope you guys are all having an awesome week so far. I know we've covered a lot today, but that is why I love being a part of Masters. If you guys have been with us any amount of time, you know we don't sit down. We're constantly steamrolling. It's the year of the fire horse, so we are rolling at the same speed as the fire horse. So today I want to be talking about what's going on in our region, some upcoming trainings to look forward to, and some really exciting stuff. So how does that sound today?
Yeah.
Good. Cool. Awesome. So Keith shared some really incredible tools with you guys earlier. The first one being Notable. That's a pay at close system that helps cover the costs of home repairs and updates, the minor ones. Listing Concierge, which takes marketing off of your plate so you're not scrambling to build flyers at midnight. Redfin coming soon, and Zillow Showcases, which helps get more eyes on your listings. We're going to get started you on that. And then what else are we talking about? Honestly, guys, that's just scratching the surface of what we've got going on at Masters. You guys know we have so many tools available for you guys. Pick a tool, lean into it. You never know which one of these tools can change the trajectory of your business. So let's talk about what's going on in our regions. One of the biggest conversations our leadership team had recently is, how do we make our offices a place people actually want to be in? We all know COVID changed a lot. We've heard that so many times over and over again. But guys, it's time to stop doing our business like we did in 2020, and let's come back into the offices. When you're in the office, you get new ideas, you celebrate closings together, you solve problems together. The energy you get in the office, you just cannot get at home. So starting up north, I'm going to talk about what we've got going on in all the regions. So up north, we've got Stephen Liu. He's out there running 9 a.m. morning prospecting sessions. He's in a different office every single day. You've got Walk and Talk Wednesdays. You guys are going to the disc golf course. Is that how you say it? Or golf disc? Disc golf? Yeah. Disc golf every Wednesday at 6 p.m. And then new listing caravans every other Monday at 11 a.m. You guys are also still the most active Telegram group. We love seeing that the activity you guys have in there. Heading over to Monterey Bay, Christine has been working one-on-ones with agents, helping build production plans and staying focused on their goals. Romeo is going office to office, teaching CAR contract updates, and Christine has buyer opportunity classes happening on the 20th and 21st. Coming in August, Christine also has Dog Days of Summer. Stay tuned for that. She's talked to me a little bit about what's going on in August. It is so exciting. Central Coast, Pam and Brady have planned the Central Coast Beach Bash, Friday, July 24th from 5 to 8 p.m. Bonfire, beach games, Taco Bell, friends and family are welcome. All of my favorite things. There's also some fun, family competition going on, but you got to show up to the beach in order to be eligible for that. Region 4, you guys, Armani. Armani is running trainings all month with a sharp focus on working with the right partners and making sure your clients are protected. He is going to be giving you tips you can use right away into your business. I've also heard nothing but great feedback coming out of Region 4. Every single time Armani puts something together, you guys show up if you show out, and that is just incredible. Continue to do that. Okay, next is Greater LA with Alex Hollander and Fred Tazartes. They have been tag teaming every office this month. Alex is teaching the agents how to finish the year strong and doing his thing with coaching. And Fred is helping all the agents stay out of trouble with compliance. I've also heard they've got something really good cooking up in August. Momentum Mondays, Masters Mastermind, Masters Connect, and Masters Move Local. I'm going to leave you guys with that cliffhanger. You've got to show up to one of Fred and Alex's trainings to find out more about that. I promise you it's a lot of fun. Next, we've got Greater LA and Inland Empire. Jackie and Alex have gone full summer camp mode. Jackie has managed to turn all the offices into campgrounds. It's so much fun what she's doing over there. Alex is running sales skills classes and prospecting blitzes, and Jackie is keeping you guys current on forum changes. They've also started every Monday at 11 a.m. Motivational Mondays in conjunction with their 333 program, where you celebrate wins, set goals, talk through transactions. Again, that is open to the whole region, and that is Mondays at 11 a.m. Finally, we've got Inland Empire in San Diego. Eddie told me you guys have had an incredible month so far. You guys are on fire right now. Your listings are up, your closings are up, and more agents have committed to being in the offices. You guys have your monthly meetups the week of the 27th, where you guys will be covering AI search visibility and purchase contingencies. So let's keep that fire going in the IE and SD area. Because as you can see, there's so much going on at Masters. Every region got a calendar at the start of the month. Your leadership teams, Armani is putting an insane amount of time and effort into making sure your offices are a space that you want to show up, you want to come in and you want to collaborate and you want to learn. But before we wrap up here, there are a few trainings you absolutely do not want to miss. I've got them up on the screen over there. Alex Hollander presents The Losing Play, 10 business mistakes that cost agents thousands every year. Sometimes knowing what not to do is just as important as knowing what to do. July 17th, Pamela Hoke presents Winning the Second Half, the Agent's Playbook for Success. If the first half of the year didn't end where you wanted it to end, congrats, you still have the second half. I don't know if you guys watched the Argentina game, but it doesn't matter how you played in the first half. It matters how you played in the second. Was it rigged? I don't know. It's not up to me. July 20th, Kick-Ass Moms Who Kick Ass in Real Estate, featuring Karen Versace, Raquel Ramirez, and Veronica Salazar. Being a mom is already one of the hardest jobs out there, but keeping a thriving real estate business on top of that, it's just incredible. So we're excited to have you guys on there. But to wrap up, when you step back and take a look at everything that we have going on, it is pretty incredible. Our team is investing so much time into you guys and really into your families as well, to build trainings and classes that really build into you to invest back into yourselves, and creating opportunities for you to grow. So don't isolate yourselves. Let's get back into the offices. Let's make the second half our strongest half yet, and we'll see you in the offices. That's all I got. That's the end of the Connect.
That it?
That's it.
All right, good job. Good job, everybody. Real quick, thank you guys for being here. This is a really good meeting. I hope you guys gain that knowledge, see what's going on within our company. That's why it's important that we stay connected, because there's a lot of things that we might not hear if we're staying outside these walls. It's our job to not just project what we're doing, but it's a responsibility that you guys have to
I don't know who he was talking for a second. I'm gonna close it because I can't.
Armani is muted. Can someone unmute him?
Please. Thank you.